Welcome to the Fantasy Football Garage. I'm Chris the Candyman. You already know what time it is because tonight we're drafting fantasy football teams. And guess what? Ken Walker's injured. What's he dealing with? Some kind of lower body injury. We're going to talk about all of the latest training camp news and more tonight as we draft a live best ball team on Underdog in the Best Ball Mania contest for $2 million top prize. It's a $25 entry, and I'm in the 2 spot. I'm drafted here. The draft's about to start. So I'm either going to have my choice between either Gibbs or Bijan. We'll see who falls to me. So Ken Walker looks like it's actually a foot injury, right? Let's read this off of NBC Sports. It says Chiefs running back Ken Walker not participating in practice on Tuesday. So foot injury, they're holding him out. Let's get some more details. They're probably just giving him rest, right? Ken Walker injured. He missed practice due to a foot injury. The exact severity is undisclosed. He was seen catching passes on the sideline without a walking boot or visible limp. That's a good thing, though. So he's just taking a rest day. But it's a big headline when one of the RB1s, one of the first guys going in fantasy drafts, another injury. Of course, another big issue. We had Jamar Chase coming up with an injury today. I mean, there's a lot of news today. Jamar Chase getting injured. Looks like he had a little bit of a hyperextension potentially of his knee, is what I was seeing. Ken Walker, when is it going to end? What's up, Jeff T? How we doing, brother? We got no cap in here. Doing good. Just came out of a redraft 14-team PPR draft with other fantasy analysts and content creators. That video on the Iron Throne Fantasy Football YouTube channel will be coming out later this week. Stay tuned. Go subscribe to that. Stay hyped. And then Ken Walker just getting unk rest. Probably, right? I mean, just Ken Walker, Super Bowl MVP Ken Walker, probably just getting a rest day, right? Couldn't be anything real. Who knows? We'll see. We'll find out. Not concerned about missing practice. I think so too. But what about I'm gonna put a poll in the YouTube chat. What's more concerning? Is it start a poll? What's more concerning? Ken Walker injury or Jamar Chase? Ken Walker injury with the rest day for his foot or Jamar Chase, which if you saw the video, he kind of comes down awkwardly. Some kind of I think it was his left knee. Yeah, Chase could be fine too. Both could be fine. But what's more concerning, would you say? Because we didn't see the Ken Walker injury. We just kind of heard about it and they're holding him out. But we saw Chase awkwardly fall in practice, which is probably more concerning when you actually see something happen, right? Chase for sure. Neither are concerning. They are injured. A third option should be neither. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Ken Walker going in the 13th pick here. I mean, I'm not going to be concerned, honestly. Jamar said, right, he would have played. He had played tomorrow if he had a game. Yeah, how much can you trust players though to tell you the truth about how they're feeling, how they're doing? For me, it's going to be Malik Neighbors. So Bijan, Malik Neighbors start. We'll see. I will take Drake London if he comes back around. He doesn't. Between Trey McBride and Rashee Rice, Breece Hall, Jeremiah Love way down there. I'm tempted here to go Rashee Rice. So I go Bijan, Neighbors, Rice. Nothing crazy. Pretty standard start, I would say. What's up, C Money? GM. The video proof of Chase actually tweaking something makes it worse. IMO. I think so too. When you see the injury happen, that's what's more concerning, I would say. What other injuries did we have today? So we had Ja'Marr Chase pop up. Let's see. Yeah, I'm seeing the interview quotes now. I put it into Twitter. He says he's fine after the scare. Got the video up. Burrow throws the ball to the sideline. Yeah, just a little awkward tweak. Goes down on his knee, doesn't get up, touches his left knee 3 or 4 times, limps off the field. Can't really put too much weight on it. Then he goes down again for a second time. The trainers are running over to him. Everyone at practice is staring. Practice is completely stopped, halted. So it's more than nothing. The limp's gone. The limp was instantly gone though in the next tweet from Yanni. Yanni, who's a sports anchor and reporter for CBS Cincinnati, had the video of Ja'Marr Chase. Also, okay, maybe I should listen to this. It's the same interview. He's fine. Slight hyperextension of his left knee. Okay, that is not ideal, right? So it's not no injury. It's a slight hyperextension of the left knee, and he's fine, but it's not nothing. Like we can see. Everyone's saying he's good, though. He's good. Ja'Marr Chase says he's fine. DJ Turner, the cornerback who was covering him, says he checked up on Chase later. He's fine. I'm following Yanni. He's a CBS reporter, anchor for CBS Cincinnati. He's out there reporting the Ja'Marr Chase injury news. Go Olave there. Yeah, I got snapped on Olave. I go Neighbors first. Yeah, it's also bad when we hear about a tweak in practice. Should I be selling K9? No, Dinesh, no way. Keep him. He's fine. We think it's a rest day for Ken Walker. We're not worried. Ooh, for me here, yeah, Scatterboo, and then or just go JMO. I'll take Scatterboo first. Crazy though, Scatterboo and Neighbors. Oof. Maybe it can work. There's too many good wide receiver options is the thing. And I could still take Bucky Irving or Tuden. Texans hat pouring out for our boy Jaden Higgins. Yeah, the Jaden Higgins going down with the ACL. That was pretty unfortunate. You know, young up-and-coming second-year wide receiver. We'll see what they can do with Kayshon Boutte, though, coming over. He's already made the trip to Carolina for the preseason game on the team flight. I was going to go JMO. I think I will. Unless I'll go JMO. I'll take JMO there. I almost took Bucky. Bucky in the 5th round is nice. Tuden's fine. I'm a little sketched out to have Neighbors and Scatterboo on the same team, but I got a fall on Scatterboo, I'd say. Little fall there. Actually, I mean, his ADP's been falling, I guess, because of the Najee Harris signing. That doesn't really concern me. So I'll scoop up Scatterboo at the 4-5 turn. Didn't have a ton of Scatterboo when he was going the 3-4 turn, but now he's at the other side of the board. I'll pack some bags. Hard to pass on JMO. I'm a fan. Jordan Tyson injury, right? Yeah, he's out. You know who's actually the one we should be concerned about? It's Mike freaking Evans. He had the quad strain for like the last 2 weeks, and now he has a groin injury that pops up today. So I've been drafting a good amount of Mike Evans, and I'm going to put a little pause on that because it's pretty concerning. They also got Debo and, of course, Deshaun Stribling, so they don't have to rush Evans back out there, and maybe they want to preserve him for like a playoff push, real football stuff. Minor hyperextension. Yeah, not great. I would say Mike Evans is the player whose injury I'm most concerned about right now because all these soft tissue injuries with Mike Evans just keep popping up. No, keep K9. We good. We good. Just watch Ja'Marr interview. He's fine. Right. Yeah, the same interview was actually with the guy I was talking about. I'd seen the interview, and I've seen the transcripts. Olave got hurt today. Yeah, true. Yeah, Olave got a little banged up. Let's search that news. So Chris Olave, I think he left practice, right? Might not be as bad as it seems. He's let's see. He leaves practice early after a hard landing. He's still recovering on a deep ball. So Chris Olave left Tuesday's practice early after a hard landing on a deep ball. Olave walked off under his own power with trainers. Saints coach Kellen Moore said Olave is all good, that he got the wind knocked out of him, and we shouldn't be surprised if he got a practice off, but there's no cause for concern here. So that's not nothing, but it is also kind of nothing. I wouldn't think that doesn't even sound as bad as the Ja'Marr Chase slight left knee hyperextension, honestly. But Mike Evans is the one I'm most worried about. Yeah, not major for him. Mike is always hurt. What's up, Sweet Chili? How we doing, brother? Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. I'm tempted to draft Mike Evans this year in fantasy. I want to take him in the 5th round at the 4-5 turn in redraft and best ball. Being on the 49ers is a sick position to be in. Ricky Pearsall's out for this season, right? And so Purdy can light it up. Totally undervalued Purdy as a passer. Disrespected for how good he is. So I'm skeptical though. I'm gonna pause on drafting Mike Evans for the time being, given the quad and the groin injuries. Could be a slow start to the season. Maybe it's just, Deshaun Stribling season. Let's go to the Strib Club. You don't have to tell me twice. I'm already there. Evans takes a rest day, gets any soreness, trying to save him for the season. I guess so. We don't have that much longer to go. Yo, what's up, Fizz? How we doing, brother? Good to see you. Yep. So I got 2 picks coming up in the 71. Who else is in this room? Burrow goes. That's pretty late for Burrow. I could take Jaden Daniels here. I don't have a lot of Jaden Daniels. That could be kind of fun. Metcalf makes sense. Dowdle makes sense. Brooks is fine. Jaden Reed's good. I'm going to go Jaden Daniels. No. Last second Metcalf. You know what? I can't invest in the Commanders right now. Their offensive line's falling apart. Laremy Tunsil's out for the season. Wow, Dowdle goes though. Kind of sharp pick. Maybe I anchor to these guys. Okay, I'm having second thoughts. Jaden Daniels in the 7th round. I'm going to do it. I do it. But I'm really skeptical about the offensive line. Who was it? Somebody else on the Commanders O-line. DJ Humphries. Yeah, Laremy Tunsil out for the season. No, it was Nick Allegretti. Nick Allegretti, the center. He's been missing time with a calf strain during camp, and he re-aggravated it today, is what I saw. DJ Humphries is who they signed to bring in for some Laremy Tunsil relief, is also the other headline I was seeing here. Yeah, this is one of the worst offensive lines in the league without Laremy Tunsil. Not looking good. I'm looking into this again. I read something today. Nick Allegretti, the center for the Commanders. Let's see what his status is. No timetable to return for the starting center. So they're out without their left tackle, their best player on their offensive line, and they're without their center. Not looking good for the Commanders, but I'll take some Jaden Daniels, pick 74. Yo, what's up, Jay? Get in those mocks. Hell yeah. I've been doing some mocks. I had a real money redraft league. It's a 14-teamer PPR, 2 running backs, 3 receivers, and a bench spot. and we just drafted it with a bunch of other fantasy analysts and content creators. Go subscribe to the Iron Throne Fantasy Football YouTube channel. I'm about to put the link in description because that's where the video's coming out. We're doing a content creator and fantasy analyst league, 14 team. Boom, go subscribe. We have a new video coming out. We just did our draft tonight. So here, I want to go Mahomes. I'm going to push it, though. I'll take Harvey first and then push Mahomes. And if Mahomes goes, I'll take Stribling. What's the difference? Because I don't really need Mahomes. I might not take him. I got Jaden Daniels, but I do have Rashee Rice. Also with Scatterboo and Neighbors, maybe I go Dart. I kind of wish I didn't have Jaden Daniels, but there's no one else I liked at that pick. I could have taken Jonathan Brooks, I guess. He goes Dobbins. He takes Bo Nix. So I can take Mahomes here or Dart. Mahomes or Dart or go tight end. I took Dart. I was going to go Mahomes. I switched it at the last second. Probably should have gone Mahomes because the synergy with Rice is a little bit better. With Dart, he could be, taking those rushing touchdowns away from Scatterboo. But I guess I'm just betting on the Giants to just destroy their conference this year and blow everyone out of the water and completely exceed expectations. So that's where we're at. Jaden Daniels, Jackson Dart could just both lead the league in rushing attempts, rushing yards, touchdowns, all that good stuff. We'll see. I love my mobile quarterbacks in half PPR. Olave is good to go now. What are the odds Mike Evans play 17 games? Yeah, plus 20,000. I would take the under 17. Everyone's sleeping on Mike Evans. I mean, Mike Evans, he's just, he's banged up. It's tough. I drafted a good amount of Mike Evans. I'm pretty bullish on him, but the groin injury from today is concerning. Not ideal. Yeah, what's up, Gail Malone? How we doing, brother? Trade JSN and 20 fab for Jamar Chase? Yes, I would do that. I don't even know how much fab you have. Whatever your fab budget is, I would trade JSN and 20 fab for Jamar Chase. I always want the best player. Fab to me is not useful. We all make bad decisions with our fab. Make a decision you can guarantee you're going to get a good deal. JSN and 20 fab for Jamar Chase. Do it. Like last year, and I'm bad at spending fab, but last year in my high stakes managed league on the FFPC, I think it was week 1 or week 2, or maybe it was even preseason, we spent 50% of our fab on Ollie Gordon. I think Achane got banged up in the preseason. I think it was the preseason. And so, it's easy to make bad decisions with fab that you either drop later or regret, or guess what? You bid 20 on somebody and someone else bids 21. So it's only as good as you can guarantee what it's used for. And that's what I'll say. So I'd take Jamar Chase there. I think it's a big enough difference. Fifth round's good on Mike. Use good 4 weeks to start and then put him back at the end of the season. I know, but it doesn't even sound like he's healthy to start the season is why I'm so concerned. I mean, the quad is pretty bad. He's been missing practice. He hasn't practiced because of the quad. And then now he has this groin issue. So my best position to draft from, I've drafted a bunch. I like a lot of my teams. I would say that I draft, kind of in the back of the board, 10 spot, 11 spot. 1 spot's fine. You see what I did here? Out of the 2 spot, I ended up going running back, double tap receiver, running back, double tap receiver. And I've taken 2 quarterbacks, so I'm probably done with Daniels and Dart unless I can snag someone late. Maybe throw in a Penix with Bijan. Kind of due for a tight end. It's getting late in the game. I don't have any solid tight ends on this team. Would just be Kelsey, which is insane because I definitely should have taken Mahomes over Dart, but whatever. Jacoby's nice. Rachaad White's fine. Rachaad White's dealing with an injury too. And like I said, that offensive line's all banged up. So I don't want him on a Jaden Daniels team. I'm going to take Travis Kelce before this guy drafts. Team stacking there with Rashee Rice. And then because I don't want Rachaad White, I'm going to push my RB4 even further. Ooh, Myers goes. That's a solid pick. I could take Debo, Shakir, who's also banged up. Coker. I don't have enough Coker. I have too much Debo Samuel. I think I'm going to take Coker on this one. Kind of a fun upside pick. All right, let me catch up with y'all. Could Diggs outscore McLaurin? Definitely. Yeah, a bummer though. I take Jaden Daniels. I don't have McLaurin or Diggs on this team. Not that you need to have McLaurin stacked though. Diggs went pick 88. My Diggs bags were packed when he was pick 140. So in our best ball mania draft, it's been going on since May. Or tournament, I should say. That's been going on since May. Diggs at 88. It was never meant to be. The sad part is I wasn't drafting a ton of Jaden Daniels when I was drafting all those Diggs picks a long time ago. Yeah, Ted Hurst, a great pick on the board. I agree with Jeff T. I like Diggs this year and Godwin if Egbuka's banged up. Yeah, we got turf toe for Egbuka, so I'm definitely liking the Godwin pick and the Ted Hurst picks. Very solid. I got to jump on defensive stream week 1. The Jags, Chargers, Steelers, Jets, Raiders are good defense week 1. Yeah, the Jags are good for week 1. Chargers, I would agree. Yeah, I'm way in on Dart this year. I have way too much Dart. My most drafted player. But I just took him on a team with Neighbors and Scadaboo. It's like I obviously should have done that. But I could have gone Mahomes too, because then I would have had the Mahomes, Rashee Rice, Travis Kelce. Hey, Mahomes isn't fully healthy. He is, but he isn't. So at the end of the day, I mean, obviously I don't want Mahomes to miss week 1 or have a slow start because I'm so invested with my Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce on this team. But, you know, you got to pick. Ideally, I would have gone, geez, I should have just taken Jonathan Brooks over Jaden Daniels, and then I could have double tapped. I could have gone Dart and Mahomes. It would have been better, actually, on this team. I would have felt better about it. Mahomes is a steal. People are afraid to draft Mahomes. I'm drafting a ton of Mahomes. He's my second most drafted QB. Jeff says, do you see the report that Tua has been so bad the team is basically praying Penix is healthy to start week 1? I have seen this. Yeah. Pretty crazy stuff. Yeah. I'm worried about Evans missing time too. That's exactly what it comes down to. Penix better for Bijan? Yeah, Penix better for London too. The London splits with Penix is like averaging like 20 points a game. Dallas a good defense week 1? Could be. Yo, what's up, Fantasy Dog? How we doing tonight, brother? Good to see you. Appreciate it. Hey, guys, don't forget to like the stream. Make sure you're subbed if you're new. Come get in the chat. Say what up. We're talking injuries. We're talking about what's going on. So Stribling goes pick 113. I'm keeping tabs on that. He's getting pretty expensive, but a fun pick there. Yeah, Egbuka has turf toe. Yeah, that's what we're seeing. Egbuka's got a toe injury. He's been dealing with it. Should be good to go, but he's not practicing. We don't know. Now, Woody Marks here, to me, seems like a smash pick. I don't take a lot of Chig Okonkwo, but I would do it on a Jaden Daniels team. Oh, Marks goes, shit. Okay, but no, actually, I don't like Chig better than Dalton Schultz. So I'd push it. I'm going to pull up Tank Bigsby. I've got 2 second-year running backs. Lloyd, Strange. I don't like Okonkwo that much. I like Schultz better. But I have Jaden Daniels. Doesn't mean I should take a bad player. Boston's kind of fun. Let me do some Boston. Denzel Boston. Could go Malachi Fields late. I don't know if him potentially being the wide receiver 2 on that team means he's doing well, or if it's just a big indictment on Darius Slayton and Odell Beckham Jr. and Darnell Mooney being terrible. Honestly, though, I've got 3 Giants. That's probably enough for one team. What's up, Hulk Smash? It is crazy. Ted Hurst ADP is going down. I don't understand it. I think people are just tired of how many good rookie options there are. Like we saw Jacoby Lane and Deshaun Stribling, rise up so much. So could be GM. What's wrong with Chase? So Jamar Chase hyperextended his left knee today, but he's fine. He says he's fine. He limped for a minute, then he got off the field, and then he's walking normal. His teammates say he's fine. His reporters are saying he's good, so we're not too worried about it. But the big injuries from today was just the news that Ken Walker was sitting out with a foot injury. We got an update on the Commanders' offensive line. Their center is out. He's been out with a calf strain, but now he's out indefinitely. That's bad for the Commanders. We saw Olave get banged up. He came down hard on a ball, knocked the wind out of him, is what they're saying. He could miss a practice or two. He didn't return to practice. What else? Mike Evans got a groin injury designation today. He's been dealing with the quad for a while. That's pretty concerning, actually. Yeah, 18th round Treylon Burks. Honestly, I would do it on this team. I swear I'll do it. Makes a lot of sense. I've seen the depth charts. I've been seeing the Commanders and what's going on. It's Treylon Burks. It's not Antonio Williams. Never was, never will be. It's Treylon Burks. Is wide receiver 2 out wide. It's going to be Burks and McLaurin out wide with Diggs in the slot. So kind of interesting. Kind of a fun pick to go super undrafted. Schultz will be the pick here for me. I like Dylan Sampson in this range. Oh, Sampson goes. I'm good. I'm chilling at receiver. I could use a tight end. Man, I'm really pushing tight end. Schultz goes. I'll take some Hawkinson there. RB5, get it done with. Got the tight end, wide receiver. Cooper's there. Don't really need the receiver. I think I do want to wait. Super early. Kalon Black. Throw him on the team. Earliest I've taken him, but I kind of want to be done at running back and not worry about it. Been waiting all summer to know who the RB2 is going to be on any given team. Now that you have it figured out, I'm not afraid to take these guys often and early. So I was going to take, I did take Tank Bigsby very early. Woody Marks, Marshawn Lloyd fit the bill. Kalen Black, I think, to me, I'm not too worried about Jordan James. I've been seeing a lot of good coach speak on Kalen Black for the last month or two, and it seems like he's in line to be the RB2 there. Plus, Christian McCaffrey's already injured. He's dealing with some soft tissue injuries right now, some soreness. Treylon Burks will be like 0.2% drafted. At least has a path to spike. I don't hate it. Yeah, I think it's totally fine. It's not the craziest pick. I mean, I'll draft Marvin Mims. I'll draft Lil Jordan Humphrey. There's definitely worse picks than Treylon Burks. All right, I'm ending the poll there. I'm going to start a new poll for a new injury. Sweet Chili says, who's the Jags wide receiver one? I think technically it is going to be Parker Washington operating out of the slot for them. And then you've got, depending on the format, I still think, Jacoby Myers. So it's going to be Parker Washington could lead the team in targets and receptions. Probably then it's Jacoby. And then Brian Thomas. The X wide receiver doesn't get used very often and very well in the Liam Cohen offense. So it is a big disadvantage for Brian Thomas, who went into last season injured with a wrist injury. But then, I mean, it was a huge letdown, right? And it's just not the same anymore. After one of the best rookie seasons we've ever seen from a wide receiver, but it's hard to believe. Yo, what's up, Dynasty? GM, how we doing? So earlier tonight, I drafted in a 14-team league PPR format. I don't want to spoil my draft position or my team yet, but it's all coming out on the Iron Throne Fantasy Football YouTube channel. Go subscribe there. Tell them I sent you. There's new videos coming out. Right now, it's just a little trailer for the season, but it's a brand new league. There's a bunch of other fantasy analysts and content creators in it. Super fun. So we did the draft tonight. It's being edited. It'll come out probably later this week with some other videos about our draft positions and some preseason stuff. But yeah, go check that one out. So I just came back from that draft, and I'm feeling pretty good. Emmett Johnson's still there. Pacheco's there. Probably some Kareem Hunt fear of why Pacheco's not drafted yet. Kareem Hunt could be signing any day now. Boom. For the real ones, this one's going out to Jeff T. I'm taking Ted Hurst here. Bang. I think I'm good at receiver. Aaron Rodgers, don't need him on this team. I have DK, so I could take Rodgers. Mendoza doesn't make sense, except for the fact that he just could be good. I don't know. I threw in Freiermuth there. Not the most exciting pick. DK, Freiermuth got a team stat going. So I don't think he comes back around, but now I have a way to go. Double stacks Rodgers. If not, I could take Penix for my Bijan. I don't even need a quarterback two. I can take Gesicki. Well, I'm not taking tight end 3 anymore. I could do Sean Tucker, Pacheco. Hill is free. P. Ryan is free. James Conner could change teams. Is Devin Neal the backup for the Saints? People are asking. I'm asking. There's going to be an RB2 on the Saints that's not Alvin Kamara that can have some value. It could be Devin Neal. Hey, what's up, Hartman? Hartman, speaking of people who are just in that draft, Hartman was in that draft with me. He's actually drafting near my position and sniped me on a pick I won't mention. So I don't know if I'm talking to Hartman tonight. It was a fun draft until he sniped me on one of my favorite picks. Appreciate that. Game tight. Okay, let's start another poll. Who were your first and second picks, Hartman? Oh, Hartman's ready to spoil it. I wasn't going to spoil. He went Jamar Chase and Nico. I'm not spoiling anything yet. Like the video comes out. Got to build the hype. All right, I'm starting a new poll. Whose injury is more concerning? More concerning. Mike Evans, injuries, plural. Who else did we talk about tonight that we thought was actually kind of concerning? Not Olave. Not worried about Olave. Not worried about Jamar Chase. Not worried about Ken Walker. Mike Evans might be injured. Who else are we kind of worried about that might be injured? Shinjenti. Easy click. That'd be too obvious, though. Everyone's worried about Ashton Genty. Egbuka. Yeah. Emeka Egbuka. Perfect question. McGowan getting drafted now. That's kind of a new one. Halani still getting drafted. That's funny. Haven't seen that for months. Knox. You don't see that every day. The guy who has Coleman and Knox obviously has Josh Allen, so it makes sense to some extent. I'm going Michael Penix. Bang, he was there. I didn't know I was even on the clock. Late Michael Penix to stack with Bijan. Could just be the thing you need. What's up? Mick Nix. I think Devin Neal has some sort of injury. No idea who RB2 is. Yeah, everyone's injured. Devin Neal is injured. What if it's Kendre Miller? I'm pretty sure he's been injured too. Yeah, Kendre Miller. I saw Audric Estime, I think, was dealing with an injury. Like, they're literally all injured. Egbuka's toe. Yeah, turf toe. We're worried about it. Buka. Great call there. Definitely more worried about Evans. Man's 33 and the injuries are piling up. I know we had the quad. Now we have the groin. Like, what's next, man? It's getting bad. We're playing for week 17, not week 1. Let's click Genty in the second round. Yeah, I mean, I'd click Genty in the second round and the third if I could. Had to give him a taste. No more spoilers, though. Yeah, that makes sense now. Well, yeah, I won't give any spoilers away. Let's review this team super quick. This is a 3-5-7-3. Very original. Where do I get my ideas, right? Like my most drafted combination. I went Jaden Daniels. I instantly regretted it, but because the offensive line's like beat the hell, and I should have waited for Patrick Mahomes. So Daniels, Dart, Penix. Daniels unstacked. Dart, I have him with Scadaboo and Neighbors, and then Penix with Bijan. Running backs, Bijan, Scadaboo, who I felt like fell to me, but I guess there's some fear around the Najee Harris signing, which is hilarious to me. So Scadaboo's falling. So I'm going to be scooping up some Scadaboo at his new prices. RJ Harvey, nice little discount. I'll take backups like Tank Bigsby and Kalen Black any day. Two of the best offenses, the Eagles and the 49ers. And I'm pretty confident that Tank Bigsby is the number 2. It's very obvious. Kalen Black, I'm thinking we're leaning that way. The coach speak I've seen on Kalen Black's very good, so I think he's the RB2 in San Francisco you need. Neighbors, Rice, JMO, Metcalf, good little core with those top 4 guys. Coker could be a big year 3 breakout for him. It's going to be Coker and T-Mac just manning that offense for Bryce Young to finally step forward and have a big year. Denzel Boston, some rookie upside. Same thing with Ted Hurst. Fun. And then Kelsey Hawkinson, Freiermuth. Pretty weak tight end room. Wide receivers are strong, I would say. Running backs are also strong. Not super, not a ton of starting firepower there, considering Harvey splitting the work, and then Bigsby and Black are more of a backup contingent play that might have some standalone value. But at least when you have Bijan, you're strong up top. So I kind of pushed it there. Quarterback's very strong. So very strong in a couple positions. Decent at running back. At least you have Bijan, you can't complain. Tight end was pretty weak, but that's just how it rolled. That's how we rolled with it. I would have felt better about tight end if I actually had Mahomes instead of Daniels. And then instead of Harvey, I probably would have had like Jonathan Brooks. So it would have been too much different, but just some different stacks there. I already jumped into another Best Ball Mania draft. Let's throw the banner up. Let me edit it first. Ken Walker foot injury should be okay. Jamar Chase knee injury should be okay. Olave fell hard should be okay. What else? Mike Evans, quad and groin, not okay. What else? Egbuka toe, not okay. Bang. That's quite a lot. That's a lot down there. A lot of injury updates in the banner. We're also drafting a $25 entry into Best Ball Mania for $2 million grand prize. Copy paste says RB2 on Saints is Kindre right now. Dang, that's crazy. Come full circle. Year 4 Kindre. Can you believe it? Can't win BBM without rookie wide receiver shipper. Yeah, that's a good team. I didn't take Treylon Burks. I thought about it, but then I forgot. And then I ended up going with Hurst and Freiermuth and then Penix. If Penix was gone, I probably would have taken a running back like Sean Tucker, but maybe I should have thought about Treylon Burks. I said I'd take him. I didn't do it. What's up, Sus? How we doing, brother? Good to see you. Happy Tuesday night. Chili says, who's the top rookie wide receiver this year? I think it's probably Deshaun Stribling, especially at cost. But just the team he's on, the role that he can fill, the way he's been used in the preseason. We've got some insane stats that we can look at on how he's been used in the preseason. McCaffrey or St. Brown. On my exposures, I probably need more of both. Let's do McCaffrey. I'm going to go peek at my exposures right now. For Best Ball Mania. In Best Ball Mania, my McCaffrey exposure is pretty low. Could be higher. No, it's 10%. Okay, we're good. We're good. I should have taken Amon-Ra there, potentially. In my exposure for Amon-Ra, let's see. The Underdog app on the phone is so glitchy. It's not even usable. It's completely unusable. Amon-Ra, yeah, I'm at 5%. Damn. So, but it's tough for me to take Amon-Ra at 6 over McCaffrey and even over JT. I need more Cook. I know that. Who do you guys like between... I mean, I guess it's kind of obvious based on ADP, but different sites have different ADPs for quarterbacks. Like you look at Sleeper, they have Herbert, Dart, Stafford, Lawrence, Mahomes in that order. Kind of crazy. Let's go. All right, McCaffrey in the first round. Copy paste says KC Conception. I love that pick too. I think it's a great rookie pick. First round pick. What if Jack Strand, Jahan Dotson is what you need week 17? Then I will not be winning. I mean, Jack Strand. It looks like could he win? So what happens is Tua's trash. Michael Penix is not healthy, and Jack Strand starts week 1. That'd be insane. What are the odds? Dotson's probably draftable. Do you use BBMDB extension? I am not using it right now, but I can. Probably AJ Brown. Over Bowers? Yeah, probably. There's so many, sites and tools and everything to use. I've used plenty. I'm open to using them, but I'm busy. So right now, I'm just sticking to the good old-fashioned, looking at my ADP, looking at my teams I've drafted, using some memory. I'm not far enough in. We have 2 weeks to go. I think the last week of drafting, I'll start to make some conscious decisions around exposures and player combinations, but I'm not quite there yet. Like, after this weekend, I'll be there. Shelly says, no way you win 2 million. Not with that attitude, but I could do it. It's possible. This tournament does compete for 2 million in prizes for first place. But you got to get there. You got to advance out of this pod, right? So this 12-team draft is weeks 1 to 14, and then it's, Best Ball Mania, right? So 2 out of 12 advance. Then you get into a new pod for the playoff weeks. Starting in week 15, the advanced structure is 1 out of 14. That is so hard to advance out of. Advancing out of the quarterfinals in Best Ball Mania is ridiculously hard. 1 out of 14, insane. Then, if you make it through that gauntlet, you have to go through 1 out of 12 in week 16. Insane to make this final. And then, I mean, I can't believe they've done this. They've grown the final size every year. Actually, last year was similar, but 667 person final is ridiculously big for that much to get through. So then you'd have to still beat 666 other people in week 17. So we're building for week 17. Week 17 is all that matters. McCaffrey, AJ Brown to start. Let's get some of our guys here. I don't have enough Devonta Smith. I'm going to come back around on Devonta Smith. I was kind of moving him down my ranks, but I want to be more in. So the middle of the third round, I like Devonta Smith a decent amount, even in half PPR. I've been taking Flowers over Devonta Smith for a long time. I want to even that out a little bit. Yeah, at the end of the day, we're all going to lose, right, Jeff T? Yeah, what's up, Aaron? How we doing, brother? At the 109 in a keepers league, I kept James Cook in the second round. Who do I take? Between Genty, Saquon, Achane, Chase Brown, Justin Jefferson. Based on those details, I mean, like if it's PPR, it makes a little bit of a difference to me. I personally would take. You have Cook. I think Cook paired up with Saquon is sick. I think it's a really fun combo. I think Cook paired up with Chase Brown is really fun. Another nice combo because you're going to have two running backs on two of the best offenses in the league, whether you pair Cook with Saquon or Chase Brown. I think it's an incredible way to start. Now, you could take Justin Jefferson, and if it's PPR, maybe you're thinking Justin Jefferson slightly over those other two guys, but, you know, Justin Jefferson, you know, are you a believer or not? He's definitely one of the best wide receivers in the league. He's just been declining over the last 3 years. He's in kind of a weird situation. The Vikings are good, then they're bad. Now they're really bad. Now they're better. Let's hope, you know, all that stuff. T-Mac's there. Swift is there. I have a lot of Swift. I have a lot of T-Mac. I kind of want to go Swift here over T-Mac, though. Because the running backs that come back at 54, I like the receivers better for wide receiver 3. So because of that, I'm going to pull up Swift, who's already rising a little bit, but should continue to rise with the Monagai injury, him being out, and just the offense is so good. Give me access to the Ben Johnson Bears offense there. First Down Fantasy says 58 BBMs down, planning on doing about 60, so saving 2 more bullets. Yeah, save them for a little bit, you know. Get some more information. We have 2 weeks left, and BBM should be filling. It's filling about 1% per day. It's filling close to 1. It's about 2% per day. So you should be able to draft it for another at least 11 days, and we have 2 weeks until the start. So that time's up about right. I would say leave your 2 bullets for whenever you have time to do it, but like maybe one sometime next week, or not this weekend, but like 2 weekends from now, it'd be a good time. NFL starts on a Wednesday this year. Yeah, 100%, Shelly. Me too. Yeah, I doubt I actually win the 2 million. 100%. Yeah, I've been drafting Best Ball Mania. This is my 5th year drafting it. I haven't won 2 million yet. So this is pretty much, you know, the biggest long shot lottery ticket you can do in fantasy. Between this and the DK Millie, probably the 2 biggest long shots for fantasy. But it's fun. It's fun to draft. It's fun to talk about. And I enjoy drafting hundreds of best ball teams every pretty much year round. I mean, I've been drafting since January. And then it doesn't stop. I had a redraft that I did tonight with a bunch of other fantasy content creators and analysts. Go check it out. Subscribe to the Iron Throne Fantasy Football League. Our draft video should be coming out soon. And then Hartman and me and Hartman drafted on the FFPC. We did a $350 buy-in for a chance to win $1 million. And just like that, look, I pushed wide receiver. I took Swift over McMillan, and then I can get JMO in this draft in round 5. Makes total sense to me. McLaurin's there too. I don't get a lot of McLaurin. Maybe I should do that. I went McLaurin. I just don't get a lot of McLaurin. But yeah, so Hartman and I, we drafted this $350 buy-in redraft team on the FFPC. It's called the Big Gorilla Tournament. We did that on we did that last night? No. Saturday night. We did that Saturday night. We drafted a sick team. Jamar Chase, AJ Brown, Breece Hall. Hope he's healthy. What's up, Putt Daddy? How we doing, brother? Brissett in BBM week 17, all that matters. He won't be playing then. He might not be. He could be playing then. He might just never get benched. I don't think Minshew and Carson Beck are that good, but it would not surprise me if Carson Beck played like half the season either. BBM would fail much faster if they tweaked weeks 15 and 16. Putt Daddy, how would you like to see them tweak it? Because it is hard to advance, but I hate how big the final is. My ideal final size for any tournament is small. So the smaller, the better. If you give me a high stakes tournament with like a 30-person final, hell yeah. 70-person final, sounds good. 150, fine. 300, it's getting tough. 600, I'm out. Like, so winning the finals in BBM, it's practically impossible. But someone's got to do it, and you can't win if you don't enter. Going to let at least one roll for as long as I can. Yeah, I would hold on to one. Love drafting fantasy teams, just hoping one hits big. Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly the thought process. Shots on goal. Ooh, I would like Marvin Harrison here. I don't mind Jaylen Warren. I would love Marvin Harrison here. I could take Drake May. Drake May goes. Okay, that's fine, because I honestly didn't want to take QB yet. It's just too early. It's too expensive. The value above replacement's not good enough for me to go May in round 6, I feel. Marvin Harrison, bang. I like Marvin Harrison this year. Year 3 breakout. The dude's great at catching touchdowns. He's really good in half PPR. And in best ball, I don't have to know when to start him. Yeah, the Big Gorilla team was fun. I love that team. I'm excited about it. It's a managed league, so we have to manage it all season, start players. It's PPR, tight end premium. You have 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a flex spot, a tight end, a QB, a bunch of bench spots. And you have to play kicker and defense. People forget. Yeah, the DK one this year is over 1,000 people. I don't like that. I haven't drafted any DK milli makers or best ball millionaires, whatever they're called. Haven't drafted any yet. Don't know if I will. Putt Daddy says we'll be drafting my very first FFPC tomorrow night. Been watching a lot of FFPC drafts lately. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, did you catch the one? So BBG did one recently. Hartman and I did one recently. Nez did one recently with Jerry. The ship chasing guys did one tonight. They've done one like for the last couple weeks. I saw Ron Stewart did one recently. FFPC drafts are super fun. I want to do a couple more. I feel like I don't know if I want to do a main event this year. I would need to find someone really serious about it that I could team up with and split that with for a $2,000 entry. But for the Big Gorilla at 350, I might just do one of those by myself and enjoy it. Or I might bring in one of my friends to my home league. I have my home league draft this weekend, Thursday through Sunday morning. And so I'm going to see if any of the guys in that league want to go halvesies on an FFPC Big Gorilla team. Could be fun. Wow, Daniels goes on the time I actually have Terry McLaurin. I can't get Daniels. Go figure. Feels like a Rico team for me. Could also do Jalen Hurts in the 7th round to go with Devonta Smith. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go Hurts. Top of my ranks, top of ADP. I have the stack. Fits my team. And then I'll just take whatever running backs I can for RB3 and 4 later on and kind of build some depth later at running back. I feel really good about receivers, so I'm not like worried about that. I could even take a tight end pretty soon. Maybe wait for Goddard, though. This is a Carson Beck ass team. It is now with Harrison. The 2 flex spots makes FFPC so interesting. So you could obviously start 4 running backs or like 3 tight ends. Only one thing this team needs. It's Jack Strand and Olamide Zaccheaus. Olamide Zaccheaus. Hard to say that name. I think I'd like to do higher buy-in BBM with smaller final. Yeah. Yeah, I would. I think I'd be interested in that. GM, what's up? How we doing, Charles? Good to see you, brother. Do you think over under how many games Philip Rivers starts this year, Charles? DK has a buy one get one milli ticket for your first one, probably worth doing at least one. Yeah, could be something fun to do. Maybe next week, we'll see. I don't know how close that thing is to filling. I'm sure it's filling soon too, just like this one. It obviously varies depending on the player, but what kind of fab is spent for the waivers? Bro, it's crazy. So for FFPC, a $1,000 fab budget. Last year, Hartman and I spent $500 fab, or like $490, or like $480, or $470, whatever it was, on Ollie Gordon before week one because Achane was dinged up, and that was a complete waste. So I don't know. I've seen people spend like 800 fab on a single player, so it kind of just varies a lot, but it's wild. Corum there is the guy I want. You can always visit the Strib Club. It's a little early. Tight end. It's a little early to go those tight ends. Can't take Michael Wilson. Can't do Diggs. Let's go Blake Corum. Laporta, Harold Fannin, Pitts. Dobbins? Bill's kind of banged up. What's up with Bill Krosky Merritt? All right, I'm Googling it. I Googled it earlier, but I'm looking into it again. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt is dealing with a lower body injury. Dan Quinn says Bill has a lower body injury. He was limited in Monday's practice, didn't have specific injury. Now we have a vague injury area. By Wednesday, we may even know which leg it's on. This is on NBC Sports. Something to monitor. So besides the fact that Bill's a little banged up, his offensive line's complete shambles. Laremy Tunsil out. Their starting center is been dealing with injuries. He has no timetable to return. 1-3-4 build. I'd take a fall on Laporta here. I would take a fall on Laporta. Can I get this fall on Laporta? Can I do it? Can I get it? I'm pretty solid everywhere else. I wouldn't mind taking Laporta. He goes Pitts. Yeah, I'll take Laporta here. He's practicing. That's good. Laporta practicing Tuesday. Hip, return to practice. Hip injury over the regular season opener. Although his status for the regular season opener wasn't guaranteed, he's back on the practice field. Positive. All right, I don't know. Not a lot of information there. Gainwell's draftable. Super good offensive line, explosive player. That's a fun one. Mahomes, Dart. Damn, Purdy goes? That's annoying. I thought Purdy would be a good fit for this team with McCaffrey. Always is a good idea to take Purdy with McCaffrey. Purdy on any team's good. How we doing, Disbanded? Good to see you, brother. Copy Paste says, higher buy-in, smaller final is called the big dog. Yeah, true. Also very true. First Down says, a guy in his league dropped Kraft, and I blew my entire fab load on him, and then he tears his ACL 2 games later. Bro, that's sick, dude. That's gut-wrenching. I think Quinn just said that Bill has a lower body issue, right? That's what we saw. What up, Jerry? How we doing, brother? We were just talking about you. Your ears must have been burning. My guy, Jerry Football, drafted an FFPC team with none other than the great Nez and from the Badge Bros. I saw y'all's video, your FFPC video. I was watching it on replay, and sick team. Love it. Love the way you guys were building that. Shout out to Jerry Football. Make sure you guys are subscribed over to Jerry's channel. I was over there recently. He's been over here this summer. His first FFPC draft, super fun. Yeah. Last year was my first year doing FFPC. I only did one, and now I did one this year. So I've done 2 in 2 years. I really want to do a second FFPC Big Gorilla this year. I might split one with someone in my home league this weekend. I'm going to try to link up with my boys this weekend and see if anybody wants to jump into an FFPC Big Gorilla. Oh, you hate to see it. Dribbling goes 112. Wasn't meant to be on this team with McCaffrey. Just hit 600 subs. Let's go. Only onwards and upwards from there. Guys, make sure you subscribe to Jerry Football. He's putting out killer draft content, and he's getting after it. And he's got great takes, great at roster construction. He's a Lions fan. Guys, I can't help it. It's just Jackson Dart again. I mean, he's there. I'll take him. I really wanted Stribling on this team. Or Purdy. Stribling or Purdy. Is that so much to ask for? Nice follower on Laporta, though. Don't mind it. If I'm going to take Laporta, I want to get a nice fall on him like this. Because I kind of have him in the same tier as Pitts, but he's a little banged up, but hopefully he's good. The Candy Main. Cam Ward is PFF's 80th rated QB in preseason. Pretty alarming. That is alarming. I think PFF's very directional, and I've looked at a lot of their stuff and stats, and I've referenced it. People have their criticisms of PFF. I don't know. Who owns PFF? Is that Chris? Is that not Chris Collinsworth? Is that? I'm gonna Google it. Who owns PFF? I can't remember. Yeah, it is Chris Collinsworth. Now you know. All vibes. What's up, brother? Tucker over Najee. Regrets? Tucker over Najee. Oh, Sean Tucker over Najee? Talking about our FFPC team. No. I want Sean Tucker this year. The contingent value for Sean Tucker is much higher than Najee, I think. I mean, people forget Sean Tucker scored 7 rushing touchdowns last year. Bucky was hurt, but if Bucky gets hurt, you know when to start him. You throw in Sean Tucker. Bijan played the whole season, only had 7 rushing touchdowns. Wow. Kyler Murray's there. Do I just do it and take all of the rushing upside? I kind of want to. What's the harm? Pick 139 next. I need an RB4. I need a wide receiver 5. There'll be options. There'll be picks. This team is kind of crazy. Jalen Hurts, Jackson Dart, Kyler Murray. And it's a lot of draft capital at QB, a 7th round pick, and then 10th and 11th. But it's not that much for some of the biggest Konami code rushing QBs you could possibly get. I think it's kind of fun. I definitely don't have a team like this. What's the difference? I mean, Kyler Murray versus taking a guy like Keaton Mitchell, who's a complete zero and injured. What's up, Peanut? How are we doing, my friend? I want to try one of those FFPC live draft best balls in Vegas. That sounds crazy. Yeah, that sounds insane. Also, for FFPC, you can draft it all the way through Saturday before the first NFL Sunday, which means the games on Wednesday and Thursday can be played and you can still draft after it, which is also crazy. It's called a first look. Yeah, get your guy season. Got to be get your guy season. Tucker Subway's locked for 2 30-point games. Yeah, better in best ball. We just don't know when those games are coming, right? Sean Tucker's on the roster bubble. I'm not taking any Sean Tucker. He could be. If he gets cut, he'll definitely get picked up by another team. Maybe one that can use him better. if they're thinking Bucky and Gainwell can hold it down. I don't even know who their RB4 would be. I mean, we could look it up. They would keep someone for special teams because RB3 is usually a special teamer. So if the Buccaneers, I saw that report too. I wasn't so worried. They have Josh Williams, right? It was saying because Josh Williams is the special teamer guy. Interesting. If Sean Tucker was on like the, I don't know, the Chiefs, who could use a running back right now? Probably everyone. It's not great from a vibe standpoint, but it might not be the worst thing. It, at the same time, I want him to be on the Buccaneers. They've got an insanely good offensive line, one of the consensus best offensive lines. Coleman here seems fine. Not super excited. I could do Algier too. Hard to get Woody Marks. He's rising. I could do Coleman. I think I prefer Juwan Johnson. Seems like a smash. Big riser lately. Coleman's okay. I've got really good running backs with Swift and McCaffrey and even Corum with the contingent value, standalone value, all that. I need to get some receiver depth. I've fallen behind at receiver given I went 3 QBs. So I'm going to ping pong back and forth now that I have 2 tight ends between wide receiver and running back. Coker goes 137 in this one. That's a pretty big. That's a pretty decent spot to take him, I would say. Yeah, what would your favorite landing spot be for Tucker though? The Bills? I don't know. I don't know. So Putt Daddy, I don't draft slows. I'm in 0 slow drafts. My last slow draft ended like a month ago. I did slow drafts during the summer in like June and July just to keep pace, just to have some things to draft and kind of pace out some drafts. But I stopped entering slows so that I would have 0 in August. I don't like slow drafts. I like them at different points in my drafting, years, but I don't like them anymore. Williams Gruden was saying he is great special teams and pass pro and pass catching. Yeah. Josh Williams, I saw that too. The Lions need a running back for sure. Looks like they're about to sign Kareem Hunt. I bet they do. But if Sean Tucker goes to the Lions, that's a better landing spot than the Bucks. Yeah, Tracy Tucker would be fun. Better than Hunt. Yeah, Tracy or Tucker. I could see that. Tracy gets cut. But Tracy can't pass block, apparently. Sean Tucker to 49ers behind CMC to let Shanny unlock trucker cheat code. That would be nuts. I'm following. This is a Keenan Allen ass team. Could be. Spears is there, though. Bigsby, Sampson. How the hell is Tracy? Tracy's fallen so much. I haven't moved my ranks. I haven't moved my ranks since the Najee Harris signing on Tracy specifically. I already had him that far down. And he's actually about to be falling past my ranks. So I have to update my ranks and move Tracy down even further. Wild times. I went receiver there because I haven't taken a receiver since the 6th round. So it felt like a time to do it. I don't mind Keenan Allen. It's whatever. Pick 150. Can he have a few more meaningful weeks? Why not? Good offense. I have so much Hunter and so much Cooper is the reason I did it, though, just to get like different. Well, can Juwan Jennings actually be useful on the Vikings? I don't know. Crazy. I mean, definitely a better and best ball pick, but like, what are we gonna get out of Juwan Jennings on the Vikings? Is he even gonna like be useful? I don't know. Yeah, Kareem Hunt could be ending up in Detroit. Slows go to 4 hours tomorrow, says first down. Or today, could be at midnight. It's usually midnight East Coast. Took Hunt on drafters today in the 20th round. That's not bad. I had a bunch of Hunt in pre NFL draft best ball, like the big board. I was drafting Hunt a bunch. Hunt was like the most effective short yardage back last season. I think he had the most conversions for first down on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1. He was like number 1 in the league, I think. And then he had Bijan Robinson, who's like 38th in the league at the same thing. So getting cut is not a positive. I want players who don't get cut. This is also true. It's not cut yet. We'll see. Might be cut though. The cut downs are coming. And there's going to be players cut that we don't expect. Even some rookies that people are banking on are going to get cut and then re-signed to practice squads. So, okay, nice. I can get Samson here. I think I'll do that. Dylan Sampson, RB4. This room doesn't like Travis Hunter so far, so I'm going to keep pushing it. And then Juwan Jennings, I don't know that I need him, but he's seemingly pretty cheap. Wicks is a good pick there, actually. I like the Wicks pick. Through the first 14 rounds, 3, 4, 5, 2 build. I went McCaffrey, then AJ Brown. I took Devonta Smith, DeAndre Swift, Terry McLaurin, Marvin Harrison. I got Jalen Hurts in the 7th round to stack up with Smith. Pretty fun. Corum's my RB3. Laporta, my tight end. Nice fall on that. Got Dart, Murray. So really heavy on rushing upside QBs and kind of early too. Definitely done with those 3. Juwan Johnson, my tight end 2. Might just be done with 2 tight ends. And then I'll get some more volume either at running back or receiver in this draft. Keenan Allen at 150. Don't hate it. It's fine. Dylan Sampson, 163. I think Dylan Sampson's a nice pick. Definitely the RB2 on his own team. Has some pass catching upside. I don't even know if there's much competition on the Browns after Sampson. Raheem Sanders, nah. Practice squad type guy. Jordan Addison, because he's cheap enough to pay off. He's been good before. Four picks left. So we have the Eagles play the Eagles play the 49ers week 17, right? So I've got that built in, which is fun. Philly, Houston, and Seattle. Tough matchups, though. And then I had Minnesota, Jets, Washington, Detroit. I don't know. My other one was the New York Giants, Dallas, Detroit, Cleveland. I'm still a believer in Omar Cooper. If he's there, I'll take him. Chris Bell practicing today was pretty interesting to see. So Chris Bell and the Dolphins coming off of an ACL. Correct me if I'm wrong. Played for Louisville last year. He's I want to say he's 11 months removed from his ACL tear, or has it been less time than that? Let's look up. I'm going to look it up. Let's look up Chris Bell. Not a player I've taken a bunch of. Kind of a guy I forgot about. Not forgotten about, but kind of pushed him out of my mind for the whole drafting season. Yeah, he returned today, right? Yahoo Sports. Chris Bell. Dolphins rookie Chris Bell makes big leap toward week 1 return. He was activated last week off the NFI list. He's closer to playing week 1 against the Raiders. He participated in Monday's practice with a red no contact jersey. He tore his ACL at Louisville last year. He's on. There's no timeline, he said. There's not putting a timeline on it, is a quote directly from him. So do we see Caleb Douglas, crack the unofficial depth chart, turn into an official depth chart, and take over a spot from like Tolbert or Tutu Atwell? I think he could. Even Malik Washington's not good. So yeah, Bell's a fun pick. I'm throwing in some Kenyon Sadiq. I liked Kenyon Sadiq a lot, even at his most expensive prices. Obviously, before the injury. So talking about injuries, Kenyon Sadiq, a first-round tight end, first-round pick in the NFL draft, recovering from a hernia surgery, right? And then he had a subsequent training camp setback. So he originally had his hernia surgery in May. He had a setback in early August. He's on track for the regular season opener against Tennessee Titans on September 13th. He missed OTAs and minicamp and most of training camp, so he's slow to learn the playbook, is what they're kind of saying. He'll be slowly worked in during the start of the regular season, but I think he's super talented, super athletic, and we're playing for week 17. So give me a guy like Kenyon Sadiq and Omar Cooper who can earn bigger roles as the season goes on. Their team invested first-round picks in these two guys. You think they're not going to play? Come on. Mason Taylor's been looking good, they're saying, but come on. Nine since surgery for Chris Bell. Okay, that's good looking out. Gotcha. By all accounts, he was tearing it up at Louisville. I don't particularly remember watching any Louisville last season or any season. Like I mean, not since Lamar Jackson played for Louisville. I saw. Dang. So I was at a game where U of H destroyed Louisville. Lamar Jackson play. Okay, we'll make these picks and I'll reminisce some more. 2 picks left. Let's go Chris Bell. It's fun talking him up. Switch it up. Go Chris Bell on this one. And then Hurst does go. I mean, I took Hurst in the last. I have a good amount of Hurst. I get Bell. I don't have enough Bell if he's going to be healthy enough and exciting. So anyways, Thursday, November 17th, 2016, I went to a game at TDECU Stadium in Houston. That's the Cougars stadium. It's an outdoor stadium. I was there. I saw Houston beat down on Louisville. They beat them 36-10. That was when Ed Oliver was on the U of H team. What else? Yeah, U of H went 9-2 that year, 6-0 at home. Louisville went 9-2. Greg Ward Jr. was the U of H quarterback. Pretty crazy. Who else played in that game? Like, not a lot. I mean, Lamar Jackson was like doing it all himself. Ooh, do I want to go Katron Allen? No week 11. Doesn't really matter. Those are my last two guys. Who has the most upside? I'll take some Katron Allen. It's fine. What do you guys think? Katron Allen's still a relevant draft pick. I think I got kind of rookie heavy at the end there. I took Katron Allen. I took Omar Cooper, Chris Bell, and Kenyon Sadiq of my last four picks. Why not? Some rookie upside on this team. 3-5-7-3 again. Not bad. Okay, vote in the poll. What's more concerning, Mike Evans' injuries or Emeka Egbuka's injuries? Mike Evans had the quad for the last couple of weeks. Then he's dealing with the groin as of today, apparently. With Egbuka, he's got turf toe. Is he going to be ready for week one? Luther Burden has a groin going on. You know, Breece Hall has the groin going on. Who isn't injured? Ken Walker missed practice today with a foot. He should be fine, though. Jamar Chase hyperextended his left knee today. He says he's fine. Olave missed practice today after coming down hard on a ball. Knocked the wind out of him, said coach. Should be back soon, but could miss a practice for precautions. I mean, if you just come down and knock the wind out of yourself, why would you miss practice the next day? So kind of maybe they're playing a little bit of, they're hiding the truth a little bit from us. Who isn't injured, though? Everyone's injured. TreVeyon Henderson banged up a little bit. What was the TreVeyon Henderson news? I've seen him falling a decent amount. He fell tonight. He fell in our redraft league that we did earlier tonight. He fell pretty far. I think he went in the end of the 5th round in a 14-teamer. So that would have been like pick 70. His ankle, right? The Patriots' slippery practice field switch up could be costly if TreVeyon Henderson is seriously hurt 5 hours ago. Patriots running back TreVeyon Henderson gets an update after injury scare. Okay, let's read that one from Patriots Wire. He left practice early, what looked like an ankle injury on Monday. Tuesday, they said he suffered a right ankle injury, had precautionary test. That's never a good sign. However, the good news is that he's back walking and moving fine. He's getting some precautionary test done on his right ankle, but is walking fine. Described as lower ankle issue he sustained after slipping on the turf during Monday practice. He's not practicing Tuesday, obviously. Dang. I mean, they play 2 weeks from tomorrow. Who's the Patriots RB3? I don't think anyone knows. Is it still what's his name? Gibson? No, Gibson's gone. They cut him, right? It's Jam Miller, the rookie out of Alabama. That's right. Wow. Michael Hasty's there. So is Hassan Haskins. That's crazy. Hendo's been falling. The beats have been down on him. The injury now, cherry on top for the FUD. Should be fine. Yeah, he's better in best ball pick for sure, though. It's hard to predict those spike weeks if both he and Ramondre are pretty heavily involved. And then last year, right, Henderson came on strong. Ramondre is missing some time. They both can be good. I don't know, man. But it seems like you guys aren't too worried about the Ken Walker injury, not too worried about Olave or Jamar Chase. I mean, I personally would be pretty worried about Jamar Chase. I'm not going to stop drafting him or anything like that. But, I mean, just the hyperextension of a left knee, you hate to see it, right? Not ideal at all. All right, waiting on 11 more. We're doing another best ball mania. We're getting some volume in. We're drafting tonight. We're feeling good. We'll make this one a quick one. This one's got to go quick. A question for the chat. Who do you guys prefer this year in fantasy football? Terry McLaurin or Courtland Sutton? Seems obvious, right? Terry McLaurin drafted higher. But Courtland Sutton actually played all of last season, unlike McLaurin, who was hurt. Courtland Sutton has back-to-back seasons with 1,000 yards plus, more than 120 targets, more than 74 receptions, more than 7 touchdowns. Got 25 touchdowns over the last 3 seasons, a red zone target. McLaurin, injured, but the last time we saw him play a full season, 13 touchdowns, including 2 touchdowns in the playoffs with Jane Daniels, and then 1,000 yards, almost 1,100, 82 receptions on less targets too. So pretty efficient, but they're about the same age. And they both, not last year, but 2 years ago, practically led the NFL in air yards. So pretty similar profiles. Sutton getting some hate because Waddle's there now, but you know what? Diggs is there in Washington. And at the same time, the Broncos are a much better team than the Commanders. It's not even close. Offensive line's better, defense is better. Quarterback, obviously Jaden Daniels did his thing, but you can make an argument there too. It's not that far off. What do you guys think? Had that overlay from when I did a hit for Player Profiler, not last year. No, it was last year, not this year, but last year. I did a little piece for the Ultimate Draft Kit. Last year I did Courtland Sutton for the Player Profiler Ultimate Draft Kit. This year I did Justin Jefferson, and I did it like months ago, and I was such a bear on Justin Jefferson, so it's pretty funny that I got Justin Jefferson for the draft kit, and I like just shit on him the whole time. But at the same time, I mean, how can you be out on a player that looks like this? You can't really fade this guy. That's what I'm saying. I mean, the drip, just the aura there, the chains, the sunglasses, the whole look, just the whole vibe. Pretty hard to beat. I'm in the 12 spot this time. I see we got Peanut Punch in the 4. Who else we got in here? I feel like I recognize Sanka, Who's that in the 3 spot? We got Cheese 24 Skull in the 6. We see that name a lot. Yeah, Ramondre, he flipped Henderson in our managed league draft tonight. He did. I think in best ball, Hendo has a little bit more value, so it might be slow, but yeah, Ramondre is going ahead of Hendo in managed leagues, I would say. Lan Larison, LOL. PPR Tyler ass pick. Worried about Mike Evans. Yep. Yeah, in Dalmatians it's happening. Well, little Dalmatians are pretty weird for ADP. Pat Bryant. Yeah. Is Pat Bryant a thing? Cortland Sutton has more Ken Walker or Big Dog? Ken Walker or Big Dog? Definitely CeeDee Lamb. Ken Walker or Big Dog? Or Chase Brown? Favorite pick in the first round is probably just Jonathan Taylor. Let's go Ken Walker. I'm going to trust what Andy Reid's saying. They want to lean on the run game to take pressure off Patrick Mahomes, who had to do it all last season, ended up getting hurt. So I'm going to trust what Andy Reid's saying. Eric Bieniemy's there again, right? And they just use Kenneth Walker the way the Seahawks were using him during like the playoff stretch and in the Super Bowl. 25 touches a game. JT Big Dog is a 6 start. They had the same bye week, but who cares? Cook Chase Brown's a very fun start. I need to get more Amon-Ra St. Brown in round 1, and I need to get more James Cook. I have a ton of Jonathan Taylor, so I guess he's my favorite pick in round 1, just based on my exposures. See a fun pull up in the 12 spot. Nah, I'm a coward. Well, CeeDee Lamb fell to me at the 12 spot, so I had to take advantage of that. What about you, Splash? Who are your favorite picks in the first round? Don't say Gibbs. Oh, number to pick from. If I could pick, I'd pick number 1. But in these best ball tournaments where I'm drafting like a bunch of volume, I kind of like being in the back end of the first round, like this 8-9 kind of range. I don't mind it. There's some good values here. It's a bit tougher to draft on the far left side of the board. It just depends. Depends, right? Like, are you in a position to get elite tight end or the top quarterback you want, or do your stacks line up? It's going to be really hard for me to land Dak Prescott at 84. So it's not ideal to have to take CeeDee Lamb on the right side of the board. Hard to get Dak if you want to have those Dak stacks. So eventually I'm going to have to pull up CeeDee Lamb at some point and take him at like pick 5 or 6. Be able to get Dak more reliably. But even then you get sniped by the George Pickens drafter and it's all for nothing. So it's tough. How we doing, Chris? Good to see you, brother. Who would you drop for Emmett Johnson? Okay, that's a good question. Redraft. I'm guessing you've already done your draft. You're curious who to drop for Emmett Johnson. Marshawn Lloyd. No, I'd hold on to Marshawn Lloyd. Malik Washington, drop. Boom. Done. Easy. Malik Washington, a 0. You'll never start him. You'll never use him. He's not the best target on his team. He's one of the worst wide receivers in his class. Looking for a year 3 breakout. We're talking Keon Coleman, Jalen Coker. We're talking Xavier Worthy. We're talking a bounce back for Brian Thomas in that draft class. You could even go Ryan Flournoy, right? I wouldn't, but you could. All those guys, much better odds of doing anything than Malik Washington. So, yeah, drop Malik Washington, pick up Emmett Johnson, keep Marshawn Lloyd. Marshawn Lloyd's looking good. He's healthy. It's a fun offense. Trust in the Matt LaFleur Packers. All right. CeeDee Lamb, Ken Walker here. Yeah, Breece Hall, easy click, snap, easy click. Could do Jalen Waddle or Travis Etienne Jr., and I kind of want to go with the running backs. and just be robust here. Bang. Saints dealing with some injuries like Kamara, Tyson. They're going to lean on Travis Etienne. Breece Hall, I'm not too worried about his groin. I'm optimistic he's back for week 1, but I think he's a steal at pick 36. Which running backs went ahead that made this happen? Nothing crazy. Just Egbuka goes 31. That's way too early with his toe injury right now. Javonte, Love, and Kyron, kind of the normal suspects, usual suspects. I love this team so far. CeeDee Lamb anchor with Ken Walker, Breece Hall, Travis Etienne Jr. That's fun. No shit. Okay. Charles, I knew that. Cheese 24 Skull is Charles. I knew that. It's so hard to keep track of everyone's freaking names on Twitter and Discord and Underdog and YouTube. Appreciate you, brother. Shout out. Thanks for being here. Good thing you said that before I started talking mad shit about your team. No, but JK, I love this team. McCaffrey, Genty. I had to start like that recently. And then Flowers is really fun. I think I actually did take Flowers. And I've had this exact same team in a BBM. McCaffrey, Genty, Flowers, Loveland. I think I did this yesterday. Or maybe I'm just having like deja vu. Jeff's not impressed. Can't win them all. Jeff, who's going to win this week? Who's going to win this week? Is Wyndham Clark going back to back? Is Scotty Scheffler going to take the title? Fleetwood, 2 years in a row. Who's going to win? Jamar Chase in the first round. Even after he hyperextended his left knee today? Aren't you worried? No, yeah, he's a good pick. What's the worst pick and why is it pick 5? Yeah, it is pick 5. Hartman, known JSN hater. 5's tough because you go 5 and then 20 and then 29. Like all 3 of those are kind of bad picks. At least Hampton fell to 20 here. If you can get Derrick Henry at 20, it's a smash. If you can just opt for Neighbors, it's not bad. I think Jacobs is so cheap. Jacobs at 44 is insane. Appreciate you, Chris. Hulk says, I don't mind 5 now. Choose whoever from JSN to JJ, Genty Neighbors in the second. If it lines up right now with Genty and Neighbors, it's kind of fun. That's true. I was taking JT and McCaffrey over JSN for like the first 2 months of BBM back in like May and June. So I'm not doing that anymore because I have way too much JT. It's fine. It's not a bad thing to have a lot of JT. But I need to get more Monra and yeah, more Cook. For some reason, 2 players I feel like I don't have enough of. I'm like 5%. Splash says 8-player league. That's crazy. Traded Cook and Olave and Jalen Warren for Nico, Kyron, and Quinshawn. I guess it's hard. It's hard to value trades when there's like so many pieces like that. In an 8-player league, it's so small and everyone's teams are so stacked. I guess. I mean, you didn't really get the best player in the trade. The best player would be James Cook. You gave up 2 running backs and a receiver for 2 running backs and a receiver. But you like the Quinshawn over Jalen Warren that much? Because Nico usually goes ahead of Olave. But it's close. It's a head scratcher. There's too many moving parts there. I'm not that good at calculating trades unless it's like 1 for 1. Yo, what's up, Riley? I have 3 Bengals, Burrow, Chase, Brown, and Higgins. Should I look to trade Higgins or am I good? I think you might be good. I'd say it's going to be fun. I mean, is it PPR? How many people are in the league? How deep is it? What are your benches like? How many people do you have to start? How many players do you have to start each week? You know, those kind of questions. Marvin Harrison, Roma Dunze. Easy as that. Anchor, wide receiver, stud running back workhorse, stud running back workhorse, stud running back workhorse, and then Harrison and Odunze year 3 breakouts. I'm not so convinced on Odunze. The Burden injury helps a little bit with his price. Being on the Bears, being attached to Ben Johnson is what really does it for me the most. I don't think Odunze gets an extension with the Bears. I think they let him go when his rookie contract's up, which would mean he'll play out his 4th year and then someone else will sign him as a free agent. I don't think the Bears pay up for Rome Odunze. So he's going into year 3. He's a first-round pick. They have the 5th-year option even, but I don't think they'll exercise it. They'll let him play for 4 years and then they'll let him walk. They're not going to pay him, $25 million a year. Probably more than that. What's the going rate right now for a wide receiver like that? What did Waddle get? What was Waddle's deal? Or not even Waddle. Who just got paid? JSN, $42 million a year. Jamar Chase, $40 million a year. London, $35 million a year. Zay Flowers, that's who I was thinking of. Zay Flowers, $35 million a year. No. Even Alec Pierce got $28.5 million a year. DJ Moore got $27.5 a year. So yeah, like Odunze would be asking for like 25 to 30 million a year. And there's no way the Bears do that. So, but that's just looking ahead. Yeah, Riley, let me know your exact format and other conditions, but I wouldn't be too worried about trading Higgins preseason. I think it's kind of fun to have Burrow, Chase, and Higgins on the same team. But depending on the format, the league, the settings, maybe it gives me a better idea if you should. And if you do, you're going to want to trade Higgins high to a team that needs receiver. And then I would think you'd be trading him to get a running back in return or something. I wouldn't just trade him straight up for another receiver just to diversify off of the Bengals. I don't really see the point in that unless you can get like a great value. That would depend. Like, he's kind of in the same tier as guys like, the guys that go around him here: Waddle, McConkey, Egbuka, who's injured, Flowers, Rashee Rice, and Devonta Smith. He's not that far off from those guys. But if someone was like, hey, I'll give you Devonta Smith straight up for T. Higgins, maybe you do it. Otherwise, you're probably thinking about going for running back, right? Playoff changes for 2028, says Jeff T. Yeah. Slash has Javonte on his bench. Okay, that makes sense. What's up, Joshify? How we doing, brother? He says, I traded Amon-Ra and Achane for CD and Barkley. Give me your thoughts. It's an 8-player league. I got you. Is it PPR? Any other, how are you starting 2 receivers, starting 3 receivers, 2 flex, 1 flex? But in general, Amon-Ra and Achane for CD and Barkley, I don't mind that at all. I think Amon-Ra and CD are in the same tier for me, slight lean to Amon-Ra, but both great offenses. And then Achane and Barkley, I'm a slight lean to Barkley just because it's a better team, better offense, better offensive line, going to score more points, more touchdowns. So if this is half PPR especially, I lean Barkley even more. But I like Achane just fine. I'm not so out on Achane, even though the Dolphins are projected to be one of the worst teams. But I acknowledge, the Eagles are going to score way more points. Guys, we did it. We got Dak Prescott. I didn't jinx it by talking about it, but I mentioned it like 4 rounds ago. The goal was to get Dak Prescott to fall. He doesn't usually always fall, but I know his ADP's kind of gotten a little bit higher. It's at 80 right now. I'm just really happy about that. And then I think it's way too early for the Strib show, for the Strib Club. It's way too early in the night for the Strib Club. But do we go Lemon here? Yes. He's practicing in full. Give me Lemon. Give me Makai Lemon. Let's go. I love this team so far. This is a really fun team out of the 12 spot. Trade your soul for a championship. Yo, what's up, Easy B? In redraft, I was just offered Javonte Williams and Pickens for Achane and D. Adams. Thoughts? Okay, so the best player in the trade is Achane. The second best player in the trade's Pickens, and then Javonte, and then Devontae Adams. You know, you're giving up Achane and D. Adams to get Javonte and Pickens. You're technically giving up the best piece, the best player. Pickens would be an upgrade over Devontae Adams, but Devontae Adams is like a touchdown machine. Is it PPR or is it half PPR? Also, guys in the chat, always, thanks for being here. Make sure you smash the like, make sure you're subbed. But anytime someone in the chat asks questions, as is customary, being part of the Fantasy Football Garage community, we all jump in and try to answer and give consensus because I don't always know the best answer, but I'm sure with everyone in the community, we got a bunch of smart people in here, a bunch of sickos, some drafters, and people who have a lot of experience playing fantasy. We can kind of crowdsource the best answer. So let me know your thoughts, but give us as much detail as possible if it's like PPR, whatever, this and that. So in general, and I see Josh Fry got back to us. We'll check on his question in a sec. But in general, it's a big bet on the Cowboys. If you better be ready to make a big bet on the Cowboys. I think so you're trading a borderline round 1, like a round 2 running back for a round 3 running back, and you're getting a round 2 borderline round 3 receiver, and you're giving up a round 5 receiver in half PPR. Yes, do this trade. Get the Cowboys. It's in PPR. Okay, in PPR, I think it's really close. Let's see what everyone else thinks. I think you're okay to do it. I'd give you the okay to do it. Depends also who's your first round pick. Who'd you pair with Achane? I'm just curious. We'll take the Achane D. Adams side of that trade, says Jeff T. Williams and Pickens greater than Achane and Adams for Hartman. We're getting consensus here. That's 2 for the Cowboys, 1 for the Achane piece. I get a tie-breaking vote? Okay, that was it then. That's it. The Toxic Elite official. What's up, brother? Parker Washington over Terry and DJ Moore. It depends, brother. It depends on the format. But like in this draft tonight, Parker Washington did go before Terry and DJ Moore. And half PPR. I don't think it's crazy. We're paying some pretty expensive prices for Parker Washington. I will admit that, but I do think he is the number 1 option on that Jacksonville Jaguars offense with Liam Cohen, who heavily utilizes the players in the slot. And so that's P-Wash. So I don't think it's crazy. They're in a similar tier for me. I maybe just prefer the Jags offense over the Commanders offense. And then DJ Moore, that's a tough one. I mean, it's close. But I think looking forward, not backwards, go for P. Washington. Double tap the Stribs and the Purdy. And I already have my Week 17 bring back. I would love that. Let's not jinx it. I'm in the right spot on the board tonight to take advantage. I have a 1-3-4 build. There's no tight ends that I want here necessarily. I can push tight end. Also, I forgot. I mean, I'm drafting this room with Charles and with Peanut Punch, so I have to be quiet and wash my mouth a little bit. Splash Zone likes the Javonte and Pickens side more. Candyman is the head of the Strib Club. I don't know how I got here. I'm like Sal from Sopranos. You can find me at the Bada Bing. Stribling went at 105. Mother. I'm taking Purdy just for the value. I'm taking Purdy just for the value there. I just like Purdy. And I need to figure out this next pick. It could be Kincaid. It doesn't have to be. I don't think it should be. Just go Bill. Getting a fall on Bill. I'll take Bill. It's whatever. I could have done Pittman. A little bit of fall on Pittman there too. Kind of both of them the same. Could have gone Casey. I'll take some Bill. I haven't clicked Bill in quite a while. He's gotten cheaper lately, so that's a fall. That's a fun little fall. Yeah, I don't mind Purdy there at all. I think Purdy's a smash. Get two of the top passers in the league. I think Prescott's projected for like the second or first most passing yards. Let me pull up Mike Clay projections, and they're updated as of. He hasn't updated them for like 7 days. So come on, Mike Clay, catch up. But QB projections, he has it as passing yards going to. I'm not even looking at the right page. Let me go to the right page. By passing yards, he has Stafford, then Goff, then Purdy, then Burrow, then Prescott. So I guess Prescott's number 5 and Purdy's 3. He must have changed that at some point because I swear Prescott was 3 or 2 at some point. I thought it was Burrow and Prescott. All right, catch up with y'all. Let's see. Man, we jinxed it. I didn't get Stribling. He went like right before us. But I'll still take Purdy there. Catch up with y'all in the chat. I'm out of Gatorade. I need more Gatorade. The kitchen's so far away. I can never make it. I want Achane, Pickens, head case, Javonte, dead zone. Oh, I want Achane. Pickens is the head case and Javante's dead zone. Definitely a close trade either way. Yeah, it's not a bad trade. Achane Adams should catch more passes. That's true. That's probably true. Could be true. First 5 from the 110 and 12 man. I went Cook, Achane, Tedroy McMillan, Garrett Wilson, Adams. I love your team. So you would get rid of Achane. You'd throw in Javonte Williams. You get rid of Devontae Adams. You throw in Pickens. I technically think that does make your team a little stronger because you're going to add a second. You're going to replace Achane in the second round with Pickens in the second round, but then you're going to replace Adams in the 5th round for Javonte, who goes like in the 3rd or 4th round. So it's a slight upgrade from a pure pick swap position. I would do it. What's up, Turbo? How we doing? GM. Freaking love the profile pick there. A little Garfield action on a Tuesday. Let's go. Like that, he says, saw you hanging out with the Flock boys in their trade video today. Mason thought he swindled Rome until he heard the Tyson injury news. Bro, hell yeah. Shout out to me. That's so funny. I forgot to mention that. Before I catch up with y'all's questions in the chat, shout out. What's up, Nicholas? See you there. Let me make these picks. Let's pause this video, and we're going to throw the Flock League video on into the channel because, yeah, I was there at the draft. I was at the Flock League draft, and I was at the meetup the next day because I live in Austin, and I got to meet Mason and Sal at the ship chasing meetup last month in Austin. And they came out and hung out with us. We were at a bar. We were chilling. We were playing pickleball. And then, oh, yes, perfect team for Marks and then just done at running back. Like super strong running backs. Let me go Marks first. I think I want Shakir, but I actually kind of want Ferguson. I'm going to keep pushing wide receiver, I guess. Double stacked Ferguson here. Running backs are donezo. Super strong. Almost too strong this early in the draft, but it'll be fine. Ferguson makes a lot of sense to me here. Tight end 1 with the stack. Okay. I don't know if this will show. I have to remove my my screen capture and start a new one, but it's worth it. This is going to be a great story. It's just kind of funny in general. Yeah, we'll do the window. I guess that makes sense. Okay, bang. Who do you guys recognize here? Oh, shit. That's me. So this is the new Flock trade video from today. Make sure you go watch it. Hit the like. Make sure you sub to Flock Fantasy and the Flock League. But so I was chilling with Mason and Sal at the ship chasing meetup, and they were like, "Hey, come to the flock draft." And I said, "Sure." So I went to the flock draft. I posted about it on my Twitter. Check it out there. But it was insane. It was like a movie set. I walked in. They were filming like a podcast setup in this auditorium. I was backstage with like the camera guys and the lighting guys and some of the other fans that were there, like Lumberjack and Wizard and some of the other boys I got to meet. Shout out to them. And then, so it was like a 5-hour long draft. It was insane. They had been there since 6 a.m. They left they were there for like 12 hours, I think. But it was an insane production, super fun. I came back the next day to the bar at the meetup and just chatting with the guys. But yeah, I remember this moment. I was talking to Mason about how sick the draft was the day before and like how high his production values like elevated over the last 2 years. And we were just talking shop. And then I see Sal walking up with Spicy behind him with the camera, and something's definitely going on. And so here we go. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but and that's it. There's my little cameo there. I think I pop in somewhere else. Oh, there it is. Another cameo. I knew they were filming when he walked up, so I kind of like I immediately got out of the way because I didn't want to like. I was in a conversation with Mason, but when Sal walks up when they're talking trade and they're doing some like filming for what I knew was going to be the trade episode, I didn't want to be like in the way, so I kind of like saw myself out there. But super fun to be at the flock draft and to be at the meetup. Got to meet a bunch of cool guys too in the league, like Zach, Nathan, Avery, everyone really. I mean, everyone was super chill. Oh, Sanka. Yeah. Sanka in the 3 spot. I recognize that name. Shout out. In the 3 spot. I got to catch up now. Yeah, so funny you caught me in that. I forgot to even brag about it until this moment, but yeah. There's been a lot of trades going down in the flock league. You know how they do. Where do you guys rank Drake May for QBs? I rank him number 3, but I think the value above replacement's a little bit lower than you would think because he's still pretty expensive, and I'd rather have a guy like Mahomes or Dart or Herbert that go much later. So that's just me, especially in like home leagues, managed leagues. Riley says, I'm in a 12-person league, PPR, wide receivers, AJ Brown, Higgins, Cardinal Tate, Godwin, Lane. Nice. I like that. Godwin is solid there. If Cardinal Tate's a slow start, Godwin's super solid. Godwin could be a good flex. RBs are Bijan, Chase Brown, Jonathan Brooks, Dowdle, Monengai, Mike Watt. Dude, you crush this draft. You have Bijan and Chase Brown and AJ Brown. That's insane. I love that team. I don't know if you're asking a question or if you're just bragging. I think you asked a question before, but that's a sick team. Oh, you were saying, okay. I'll admit these picks. I'll catch up with you in a sec. Could be a Travis Hunter team. I need the upside. Dalton Schultz first. Get my tight end 2. And then I have to go receiver here. Is it Travis Hunter or Keenan Allen? I'm going to go Travis Hunter. Let's go for gold. Okay. So Riley was saying, I have 3 Bengals with Chase Brown, Higgins, and see, I read this earlier as Jamar Chase. I got confused. It's Burrow, Chase Brown, and Higgins. I thought you had Burrow and Jamar Chase and Higgins. I just read it too fast. Bro, no, keep them. You're good. Your team is sick. That team is fire for a 12-person league. Like you're gonna destroy your league this year. You have Bijan and Chase Brown on the same team. Bro, double down. See if you can increase the pot size. See if anyone wants to make side bets with your team. You're going to win. You're going to crush this league. I love A.J. Brown this year. Higgins is fun. Tate's fine. And if he's not, you got Godwin. Jacoby Lane's fun. Jonathan Brooks is fun. Dowdle's great. Manon guy, who cares? I mean, he's injured. You don't even need him. Mike Washington, fun for the contingent value. Dude, you're going to crush. Drake May, probably QB3 in 4 point. Yeah, I think so. In 6, you put him behind Burrow. That makes sense to me, too. That's pretty smart. I didn't even think about that consideration. I know my unstacked Purdy and the Stribbling Drafter is just like, F you, man. So top 4 either way. Yeah, unmistakably, Drake May is a top guy. They bring in A.J. Brown. It's the best receiver he's played with. He had Diggs last year. He gets an upgrade to Brown. It's a big upgrade. Watkins, welcome to the squad. No thanks. What's up, Nicholas? Would you take CMC over Puka, 4th pick, and PPR 10-team 2-flex? No, I wouldn't, honestly. I think Puka's a stud. We know what McCaffrey did last year, but, you know, quick thoughts on that. And I hate the whole age and injury stuff, but he's already kind of dealing with some tightness. And the last running back that had over 450 touches in a season, I think I have the number right. Was it 4? Let me pull up my own data right here. Where is McCaffrey? He had 399 touches in the regular season, weeks 1 to 17, but then he had another 54 touches in the playoffs in week 18 combined. So in the last 40 years of football, there's never been a running back, except for, I think it was Herschel Walker, who had 450 plus touches and then was effective the next year. Most guys miss games with injuries. They just don't even come near that total. And so it's kind of damning. It's been a long time since I said that stat out, but I forget who posted it on Twitter a long time ago. It's something I looked into. I'm not out on McCaffrey, but there is injury risk, and the touches that he had last year are going to carry over. We can't be out on Puka Nacua. He's in one of the best offenses that projects for some of the most points scoring of any team, the Rams, on a weekly basis. He's attached to Matthew Stafford, who's projected to pass for the most passing yards in the league this year. So, go Puka and don't be afraid to do it. It's crazy. I took Hunter there at 157. I've seen Hunter fall to pick 175 and stuff. It's kind of whatever. I'm going for upside here. I've got 5 running backs. I need more receiver depth. What's the deal with people wearing jerseys backwards in these days? I don't understand it fully, but they do it so you can read the name of the player, because they just assume that people on streams in the chat don't know ball and they don't know the numbers of the players on the teams. And they sit there and ask in the chat, what player is that? What player is that? What player is that? And so they get sick of people in the chat, thousands of people asking what player that is. So they started flipping the jerseys around. Kids these days. I don't know, man. I guess you got to blame the chat for not knowing enough ball to figure out who the players are, I guess. Take some Otten. I was trying to figure out what to do there. So I go Hurst and Otten back to back. Sounds like Buka's a little bit banged up, but just a good offense to be a part of. Baker Mayfield, can get it done, and then top 3 consensus offensive line. So I wasn't sure what to do. I didn't just want to keep hammering wide receivers there. I get Hunter and Hurst, but I probably will finish strong with 2 more receivers. I don't know if I need another QB. And I don't even know who it would be. I could always do Brissett. Jeff T will get pissed if I do that, though. There's no running backs left that I would need. If Brian Robinson's there for whatever reason, I don't hate it. Receivers, we can do some things at receivers. There's plenty to do here. Maybe it's just the night we draft a lot of Chris Bell. Dude, Troy Franklin's not dead. You guys are hilarious. Yo, what's up, Ruben? Doing good. And guys, we've been saying it all night, but don't forget to go subscribe. Bang, link in the chat to the Iron Throne FF YouTube channel. We had our league draft tonight. It's super fun. It's a 14-person league. Technically, we have 16 people because there's a team that has 3 people in it, a Toxic Tower team with Emo and BBG and PPR. But we did our draft tonight. It's redraft, PPR, 14-team league, 2 running backs, 3 receivers, and a flex. And we drafted. I don't want to spoil it. We have our draft video coming out soon. Ruben's the man. He'll be editing that, putting that together. We've got some more content coming out soon on the channel. So you'll see our pre-draft kind of takes and some content around that. And then our draft, which we literally drafted tonight on Sleeper, should be coming out real soon. So go subscribe to that channel. Check it out. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our main man, Hartman's channel, Hartman Fantasy Football. Hartman and I drafted an FFPC Big Gorilla. It's a $350 buy-in draft we did. It's a redraft, managed league. We did it on Saturday night. Super fun on the FFPC. The Big Gorilla tournament. It's for $1 million top prize. PPR, tight end premium. It was pretty intense. I love our team. We have Jamar Chase, AJ Brown, Breece Hall, Devontae Adams, Luther Burden, Emeka Egbuka, who's injured with the toe. But, oh, Brissett goes. Literally saved Jeff T there from disowning me. I could throw in Calvin Ridley. It's kind of gross. No, I can't do Calvin Ridley with what Cam Ward's been up to. Here's the list of receivers. I want to slightly avoid week 14 and definitely avoid week 10. We should be good there. That means no Troy Franklin. Judy, Leggett, and Coleman totally fit the vibe for this team. But guys, go subscribe to Hartman Fantasy Football as well. And check out the FFPC draft we did on Saturday. It was super fun. If you're not familiar with that site and those drafts, there's a lot of good content out there right now for these high-stakes redraft leagues. It's pretty fun stuff. Go check it out. Let's go Demario Douglas and Jerry Jeudy. With Kayshon Boutte gone, Demario Douglas playing the slot in a good offense, the Patriots. I want a piece of it. So it's kind of a fun way to play it. Jerry Jeudy hardly getting drafted these days. I mean, he's always drafted, but he's so late. He's a stud. Jerry Jeudy's a stud. One bad season, he gets replaced by Boston and KC and Fannin, maybe. Quarterback situation a mess, maybe. But Jerry Jeudy, 2 seasons removed from having, like, what was it, 1,250 yards? Plus, he's the only Jerry in the league. 1,229 yards. Bro. Different team, different era, different quarterbacks, but can't just ignore that. Which QB is going to get, that I leave off here? No one. I would have had to take Penix or Sanders. I'm not going to do that. I don't even have any Falcons. And then Jeudy then Sanders is pretty weak. My last 2 picks stacked up. That'd be crazy. I'm going to stick with Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott. Yo, best ball on call. What's up, Anthony? Good to see you, brother. Cheers, cheers. How we doing? The damn phone? Not sure. Chris Crossfad is back. Also not sure. No idea what that means. Wide receiver scares me. I like my backs. Wide receiver start can be tough to pull off. But look, we had 3 teams do it here. Peanut Punch goes Puka Neighbors Rice, which is pretty fun. I think he did attack it well with Skydavu, Judkins, and Dowdle, though. Stacked up Rice with Mahomes. That's cool. The drafter in the 7 spot goes Amon-Ra, Nico, Egbuka. I don't love it with Egbuka's toe injury. Could have taken Javonte or Love there. I like that better. Swift is nice. Price is fine. Henderson, good value. Not a bad team, though. Not a bad team. And the drafter in the 10 spot goes Jefferson, A.J. Brown, McConkey, Josh Allen, Tyler Warren. They don't take their first running back till Jalen Warren, Harvey, and Dobbins. Kind of crazy. Gainwell, Washington. I mean, they got some decent running backs. Kamara, never mind. I take that back. It's definitely a 0 RB build, like to a T. I don't think it's a weak team. They're killing it at wide receiver and quarterback and tight end. And then they're filling in the 2 running back spots with Warren, one of the Broncos running backs. Take your pick. It's best ball. One of them will start. Best offensive line in the league. Throw in Bo Nix for good measure. Gainwell's a nice piece. So, and then if Genty's really hurt and Washington plays a lot more than we think, this is a perfect 0 RB build. I will admit. The only thing that screwed it up was Kamara. You don't need Kamara on this team at all. And I'm just not a big believer in Dulcich or Knoll. But all of the other picks are actually very nice on this team. I like that team. Hey, appreciate you. Thanks for being here. We're doing live drafts, live fantasy content weekly, multiple streams every week. And bro, we have like 2 weeks to go. My home league draft is this weekend. We rented a big Airbnb out in Dripping Springs. It's a ranch house with a pool and putting greens and a gym and a game room, and we're gonna have a blast. There's 10 of us there. It's year 19 of my home league, and it's gonna be a blowout weekend. It's gonna be sick. We usually do it on Labor Day. We moved it up a week this year just for scheduling conflicts for some people, but we're gonna meet up there Thursday night. We're all gonna be there. Every single person will be there by Friday night. Like, we have some guys coming in from Oregon, New York, different parts of Texas, and then we draft Saturday. It's gonna be sick. It's an auction draft. We have 2 flex, 3 receiver, 2 running backs, tight end, no kicker, no defense, super flex. So it's 2 flex, but one of them's a super flex. I forgot to mention. And then it's auction. It takes like 5 or 6 hours to draft these teams. Heard TT had issues. They're troubled people. I mean, they don't call him the emo cowboy for nothing. Very emotional. Had issues. I think they had scheduling conflicts. I'm not sure what's up. I am not caught up in the Discord. I need to catch up, but I've been busy. How are you doing, Marilyn? Always good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here, Marilyn, for checking in. Marilyn was at the ship chasing meetup. I've met Marilyn in person. Very, very nice family. And they love football, which is fun. Fantasy football. This team has a rookie wide receiver. It's live to win Best Ball Mania. That's all that matters. The 0 RB guy or me? The 0 RB guy did not, unfortunately for him. For me, let's review this team. Gilzea, or GL, says, I like starting wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver. Yeah, me too. If I can pull it off. Bro, it's going to be a sick season. I'm looking forward to it. It was funny. I don't want to spoil too much, but Ruben and I drafted in similar but different ways because of where we were on the board. So, 2-5-8-3, Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy. You got Ken Walker, Breece Hall, Travis Etienne Jr. Very robust running back start. But then I even throw on a Bill Krosky Merritt. What am I doing? Probably didn't need him. Oh, well. Throw in Woody Marks, RB5. Super strong running back room. Incredibly strong. The quarterbacks are great, too. 2 of the top 5 leaders in projected passing yards for 2026. Stacked up with CeeDee Lamb. Got Marvin Harrison and Roma Dunze. 2 guys for a year 3 breakout. Let's do it. The rookie, Mekhi Lemon. The rookie, Ted Hurst. Travis Hunter, defensive back, but better in best ball pick. Jerry Jeudy used to be good. Demario Douglas, slot for the Patriots. That's a fun spot to be in. No 49er stacks, but you can take naked Brock Purdy and win Best Ball Mania. It's been done before. Jake Ferguson, Dalton Schultz, Kate Otten. Tight end room is good enough. I actually like this. The stack with Ferguson is not bad. I don't have any Giants for the bring back on my Week 17 Cowboys. But it's overall, I think this is a really fun team, a strong team. It's the third Best Ball Mania draft of the night. It's my fourth draft of the night, considering we had that redraft going on Sleeper for like 2 hours. Chris Cross used to wear clothes backwards. Oh, bro. See, that's where I'm just like completely missing what's going on there. That's like 80 shit. That's way before my time. But hey, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for drafting with me, for the questions, and for hanging in the chat. Hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday night, and I'll catch y'all in another one real soon. Be doing more streams and drafts probably tomorrow, and then we'll see, because I'm taking off Thursday night to go to my home league, and then maybe I'll go live from the draft house with some of my home league buddies this weekend. I think it'd be kind of fun. We had Zach in the chat during the FFPC draft Saturday night, and then some of the other guys, sometimes they pop in, but we'll see. All right, peace out, guys. Thanks again for being here. Peace. See ya. Have a good one. Keep drafting, and good luck with all these injuries. This stuff's crazy, but we're not worried. I'm not going to even end the poll. I forgot to. Maybe next time. Peace out.